will in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven. This is to say that thou must first comprehend thy original nature in every point as it was before thou wast forced to bow before the gods of wood and stone that men have made. Not comprehending the law of change and of evolution through variation and the independent value of every living soul. Learn this also, that even the will to the great work may be misunderstood of men, for this work must proceed naturally and without overstress, as all true works right also is that word that the kingdom of heaven suffereth.
Everyone knows, everyone left, right, and center in Israel knows, every commentator will tell you that Netanyahu's doing this to distract from the fact that there's pressure to end the war in Gaza. He needs forever war to win an election.
No, but Turkey's been talking a lot of shit.
Only you need to know with Buttercup is always Netanyahu wants to distract from the elections. Always.
He loves a forever war. That's why you've been at war for the last 80 years, honey.
I mean, come on, Adi, you can't say that.
His base needs him to be at war, Bati. You know he can't afford to end the war in Gaza.
Are you denying that Turkey is a threat to Israel?
How is Turkey a threat to Israel?
It's becoming a threat.
Oh my God! Not even Israeli.
Turkey was selling them bullets to kill Palestinians.
Other people besides Israeli Jews have rights.
Guy talks to you.
Uses ChatGPT's a fucking
Other people besides Israeli Jews have rights.
Ask ChatGPT, they won't tell you Turkey's a threat to Israel.
Everything he says
so you're telling me the tension has not been building like this year or ever since October 7th?
Tension and attacking someone, two different things. Yeah. You don't have the right to attack another nation.
There needs to be a real threat.
Have Hamas in Turkey. I think they also have like hands in Hezbollah.
That's not a threat. That's not an active threat. That's not an active threat. There's always competing interests. It's not an active threat.
You can't just go around bombing. I mean,
every country has competing interests with each other. That doesn't mean you can attack them.
So then, Sapien, you must agree then, to be consistent, Iran should bomb Ben Gurion Airport because it has been fueling American fueler tank.
Trust me, if they knew they could get away with it,
no, they can do it. They can do it.
They would be held to pay. They would be held to pay.
Okay, Adi, hold on. Adi, can Iran target and bomb the fuel depots in next to Ben Gurion Airport?
I mean, Iran
do they have the capability?
Do
they have? Okay, Sapien, they have the capability, so they're not doing it. So according to your logic, Sapien, to be consistent, Iran should.
No, I mean, no, they shouldn't.
No, why not? America is a threat to Iran.
Obviously, well, listen, I'm an American, okay? I'm going to simp for my country, but I'm saying
so no logic. You're out.
If they could, they would. If they could do it without any consequences, they would. But the reason why they don't do that is because they know that America and Israel will respond in a very bad way, and they don't want to deal with the consequences.
So what you're saying,
I'm American. I have loyalty to my country.
Sapien says he simps for Israelis and Jews. I want to read what an Israeli analyst says about the situation, the motivations in Syria, okay? This is what a famous Israeli analyst that is an expert in Syria named Elizabeth Surkov. She says, Israel's conduct in Syria since the fall of Assad is commonly described as a strategy or at least a policy. It is neither. It is a disorganized product of several impulses, some of them in tension with one another. The trauma of October 7, a near total ignorance about the group now ruling Damascus, hubris, genuine solidarity with the Druze, Netanyahu's domestic political needs, and practices of occupation imported from the West Bank. Distinguishing between these drivers matters because successfully handling Israeli conduct requires understanding of its internal logic and recognizing which motivations are fixed and which may shift with the new government in Jerusalem. So, this...
Buttercup Surkov is a soft Zionist, and she's literally...
Oh, come on.
Violence and the violent take it by force origin of thy truth.
Nature, how shalt thou take it? Be not as the ash in the Lyostin.
But if thou be born ass, bear patiently thy burdens and enjoy thy thistles. For an ass also, as in the fables of Apuleius and of Matthias, may come to glory in the path of his own virtue. Sighest thou,
Listen to hear is a great riddle, since by reason of much repression thou hast lost the knowledge of thine original nature.
my son, this is not so, for by a peculiar ordinance of heaven and the disposition of code within his mind, is every man protected from this loss of his own soul.
Until and unless he be by Coranzan disintegrated and dispersed beyond power of will to repair, as when the conflict within him, rending and burning, hath made his mind utterly desert, and his soul for it persistent vital within thee. Is it not the true motion of thine inmost being?
For all thy conscious striving cometh forth by night and by stealth and dream and fantasy. Now is it naked and brilliant, now clothed in rich robes of symbol and hieroglyph, but always traveleth it with thee upon thy path, ready to acquaint thee with thy true nature, if thou attend unto its word, its gesture, or its show of imagery. Not flaming forth in fury against them, unless that be thy will.
In this matter be prudent and be silent, discerning subtly and with acumen the nature of the will within thee,
so that thou mistake not fear for chastity, or anger for courage.
and since the fetters are old and heavy, and thy limbs withered and distorted by reason of their compulsion,
Do thou, having broken them, walk gently for a little die vita. Demo tu vitae. Then, oh my son, that all phenomena are the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is nothing expressed as the difference of two equalities. For and thou will wilt as the divorce of Newit and Hattie. So therefore every marriage dissolveth the more material, and createth the less material Katniss. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy. So then all high violence, that is to say, all consciousness is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites. Thus light and heat result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, love from that of man and woman, Diana, or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego. But deed, how well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do but destroy for a time the exacerbation unawake to the racinic. Such is a work of long habit and deep searching darkness for the germ thereof. But this once accomplished, the Panchitya complex is destroyed or sublimated forever. Creative violence, the binexcatory system do its function not at its fullest. There come poisons in the blood, and the consciousness is modified by the confliction of neuronas. Medieval inferiority is thus, if the liver be not efficient, we have metaconlet, if the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries, loss of personality itself also, and we poison the blood directly with belladonna. We have delirium vehemens, furious with hashish, visions fantastic and enormous, with anhelonium, ecstasy of color and whatnot, with diverse germs of disease, disturbances of consciousness bearing, with the nature of the journal soul ether, we gain the power of analyzing the consciousness into its planes, and even of discovering the hidden will and judgment upon any poison. And so for many others, but all these are, in our mystical sense, poisons. That is, we take two things diverse and opposite, binding them together so that they are compelled to unite, and the orgasm of each marriage is an ecstasy, lower dissolving in the higher. Let's see go. Now know this also, that at the end of that secret way life, a garden wherein is a rest house prepared for thee. For to him whose physical leaves are not truly satisfied, come at the physical or lunar sleep appointed to refresh and recreate by cleansing and repose. But on him that is bodily pure, the Lord bestow a solar or lucid sleep, wherein move images of pure life fashioned by the true will. And this is called by the Kabbalists the sleep of Shalom. And of this dark also Porphyry make mention, and Cicero with many other wise men of old. I compare, oh my son, with his doctrine, and which was taught thee in the sanctuary of the Gnosis concerning the death of the righteous. And Lord, moreover, that these are but particular cases of an my son, if thou fast a while, there shall come unto thee a second state of physiological being, in which is our delight, passive and equal, without will, a contentment and weakness, with a feeling of lightness and of purity. And this is because the blood hath absorbed its need of nutriment of foreign elements. Such also is the case with the mind which are not fed itself of the blood. Consider the placid ruminant existence of such persons as rid little are removed from worldly struggle by some sufficient property of small and unexciting value, strongly invested in my age and environment of
Dimottu vitae. Learn then, O my son, that all phenomena are the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed as the difference of two equalities, or and thou wilt, as the divorce of Nuet and Hadik. So therefore every marriage dissolveth the more material and createth a less material cabinet. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy. So then all high violence, that is to say, all consciousness is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites as light and heat, result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, love from that of man and woman, dhyana or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego. But be thou well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such
is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements heterogeneous. Thus, if the liver be not efficient, we have melancholy. If the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries loss of personality itself. Also, when we poison the blood directly with belladonna, we have delirium, vehement and furious, with hashish pigeons, fantastic and enormous, with analonium, ecstasy of color and whatnot, with divers germs of disease, disturbances of consciousness, varying with the nature of the germ. Also, with ether, we gain the power of analyzing the consciousness into its planes, and even of discovering the hidden will and judgment upon its mischief, and so for many others. But all these are in our mystical sense poisons. That is, we take two things diverse and opposite, finding them together. So they are compelled to unite, and the orgasm of each marriage is an ecstasy, the lower dissolving in the higher. Lucido, now know this I said, that at the end of that secret way lie at the garden wherein is a rest house prepared for thee, poet to him whose physical needs are not truly satisfied. From metaphysical or lunar sleep appointed to refresh and recreate by cleansing and repose. But on him that is brutally pure, the Lord bestoweth the solar or lucid sleep, wherein move images of pure light, cleansed by the true will. And this is called by the Kabbalists the sleep of Shiloh. And of this doth also pour poison. Si motu vitae. Learn then, oh my son, that all phenomena are the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed as the difference of two equalities, or and thou wilt, as the divorce of knew it and had it. So therefore every marriage dissolveth the more material, and createth a less material complex. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy.
So then all higher violence, that is to say all consciousness, is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites. Thus light and heat result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, and love from that of man and woman, dhyana or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego.
But be thou well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do destroy for a time
The exacerbation of any complex to deracinate such is a work of long habit and deep searching darkness for the germ thereof.
But this once accomplished, that particular complex is destroyed or sublimated forever.
Never understood.
That all opposition to the way of nature created and the consciousness is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements heterogeneous. Thus, if the liver be not efficient, we have not got it. If the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries loss of personality itself, also when we poison the blood directly with belladonna, we have delirium vehement and furious, with hashish, visions fantastic and enormous, with an alonium ecstasy of color and whatnot, with diverse terms of disease, disturbances of consciousness, varying with the nature of the germ. Also, with ether, we gain the power of analyzing the consciousness into its planes, and even of discovering the hidden will and judgment upon any question. And so for many others.
But all these are, in our mystical sense, poisons.
That is, we take two things diverse and opposite, binding them together so that they are compelled to unite. And the orgasm of each marriage is an ecstasy, the lower dissolving in the higher. and recreate by cleansing and repose. But on him that is bodily pure, the Lord bestoweth a solar, lucid sleep, wherein move images of pure light fashioned by the true will. And this is called by the Kabbalists the sleep of Shiloh, and of this doth also Porphyry make mention, and Cicero, with many other wise men of all time. Compare, my son, with this doctrine that which was taught thee in the century of the Gnosis concerning the death of the righteous, and learn moreover that these are not particular cases of a universal formula. Consider the placid and ruminant existence of such persons as read little or removed from worldly struggle by some sufficient property of small and unexciting value, steadily invest.
Learn then, O my son, that all phenomena are the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed, as the difference of two equalities, or and thou wilt, as the divorce of Nuit and Hadit. So therefore every marriage dissolveth a more material and created a less material complex. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy.
So then all high violence, that is to say,
All consciousness is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites, thus light and heat resolved from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, love from that of man and woman, Diana, or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego. But be thou well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do but destroy for a time. The exacerbation of the complex to the racemate such is a work of long habit and deep search in darkness for the germ thereof. But this once accomplished, that particular complex is destroyed or sublimated forever.
D. Morbius Now then understand that all Oppo, seaching to the way of nature created violence, if thine expiratory system do its function not at its fullest, there come poisons in the blood, and the consciousness is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements heterogeneous thus. If the liver be not efficient, we have melancholy. If the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries, loss of personality itself also, and we poison the blood directly with belladonna,
judgment upon any question, and so for many others. But all these are, in our mystical sense, poisons. That is, we take two things diverse and opposite, binding them together so that they are compelled to unite, and the orgasm of each marriage is an ecstasy, the lower dissolving in the higher. But on him that is bodily pure, the Lord bestoweth a solar or lucid sleep, wherein move images of pure light fashioned by the true will, and this is called by the Kabbalists the sleep of Shalom, and of this doth also Porphyry make mention, and Cicero, with many other wise men of old time. Taught me in the sanctuary of the Gnosis concerning the death of the righteous, and learn moreover that these are but particular cases of an universal formula. Little are removed from worldly struggle by some sufficient property of small and unexciting value, stably invested, and by age and environment are free from passion. They live according to their own nature without desire, and they oppose no resistance to the operations of time. Such are called happy, and in their way of vegetable life. It is so, for they are free of any poison.
De mutu vitae nenden, O my son, that all flee. Mamana, the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed, as the difference of two equalities, or and thou wilt, as the divorce of Nuit and Hadid. So therefore every marriage dissolveth among material, and createth a less material context. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy, from ecstasy. So then I opposites, thus light and heat result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, love from that of man and woman, Triana, ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego. But being well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do but destroy for a time the exacerbation of any conflict. To deracinate such is a work of long habit and deep search in darkness for the germ thereof. But this once accomplished, that particularly Ampex is destroyed or sublimated forever demolished. Now then understand that all see tuned to the way of nature created. Violence, if thine excretory system do its function, not at its fullest, there come poisons in the blood, and the consciousness is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements. Heterogeneous thus, if the liver be not efficient, we have melancholy. If the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries, loss of personality itself. Also, when we poison the blood directly with belladonna, we have delirium vivant and furious with hashish, visions fantastic and enormous with anhelonium, ecstasy of color, and what not with diverse strands of disease, disturbances of consciousness, varying with the nature of the germ. So with ether we gain the power and underlies the consciousness into its planes, and even of discovering the hidden will and the judgment upon any question. And so for many others, but all these are, in our mystical sense, poisons. That is, we take two things diverse and opposite, binding them together so that they are compelled to unite, and the orgasm of each marriage is an ecstasy, the lower, dissolving in the heart. tu vitae. Learn then, O my son, that all phenomena are the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed as the difference of two equalities, or and thou wilt, as the divorce of knew it and had it. So therefore every marriage dissolveth the more material, and createth a less material complex. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy.
So then all higher violence, that is to say all consciousness, is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites. Thus light and heat result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, and love from that of man and woman, dhyana or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego.
But be thou well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do but destroy for a time.
The exacerbation of any complex to deracinate such is a work of long habit and deep search in darkness for the germ error.
But this once accomplished, that particular complex is destroyed or sublimated forever.
Every understood
That all opposition to the way of nature created. And the consciousness is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements heterogeneous. Thus, if the liver be not efficient, we have not uncanny. If the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries loss of personality itself, also that we poison the blood directly with belladonna, we have delirium vehement and furious with hashish. Diamoctu, vitae.
Learn then, O my son, that all phenomena are the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed as the difference of two equalities, or and thou wilt, as the divorce of knew it and had it. So therefore every marriage dissolveth the more material, and createth a less material convert. And this is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy. So then all high violence, that is to say, all consciousness, is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites. Thus light and heat result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen. Love from that of man and woman, dhyana or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego. But be thou well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do but destroy for a time. The exacerbation of any antlets to the racinates such is a work of long habit and deep search in darkness for the germ thereof. But this once accomplished, that particular complex is destroyed or sublimated, forever denarrated.
Understand that all sit young to the way of nature created. Violence in thy excretory system, to its function on at its fullest, there come poisons in the blood. And the consciousness is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements heterogeneous. Thus if the liver be not efficient, we have melancholy. If the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries, loss of personality itself also, and we poison the blood directly with belladonna, we have delirium, vehement and
Demo to Vati. Learn it, oh my son, that all feed on me, nor the effect of conflict, even as the universe itself is a nothing expressed.
As the difference of two equal ladies, or thou wilt, as the divorce of Nuit and Hattie. So therefore every marriage dissolveth the more material and create a less material complex.
This is our way of love, rising ever from ecstasy to ecstasy. So then all high violence, that is to say all consciousness, is the spiritual orgasm of a passion between two lower and grosser opposites. Thus light and heat result from the marriage of hydrogen and oxygen, love from that of man and woman, Diana or ecstasy from that of the ego and the non-ego.
But be thou well grounded in this thesis corollary, that one or two such marriages do but destroy for a time the exacerbation of any complex to deracinate, such is a work of long habit and deep searching darkness
For the germ thereof. But this once accomplished, that particular complex is destroyed or sublimated, forever Kitover beef.
now men understand that all opposition to the way of nature created. Violence if thine excretory system do its function not at its fullest, there come poisons in the blood, and the consciousness is modified by the conflicts or marriages between the elements heterogeneous. Thus, if the liver be not efficient, then we have narrowly headed, the kidneys coma, if the testes or ovaries, loss of personality itself also.
And we poison the blood directly with belladonna. We have delirium. why there's germs of disease, disturbances of consciousness varying with the nature of the germ. Also with ether, we gain the power of analyzing the consciousness into its planes, and even of discovering the hidden will and judgment upon any question. And so for many others, but all these are, in our mystical sense, poisons. That is, we take two things diverse and opposite, binding them together so that they are compelled to unite.
And the orgasm of each marriage is an ecstasy. The lower dissolving in the higher. Lucifer. Now know this I saw that at the end of that secret way lies a garden wherein is a rest house prepared for thee.
For to him whose physical roots are not truly satisfied, come at the physical or lunar sleep appointed to refresh and recreate by cleansing and repose. But on him that is bodily pure, the Lord bestoweth a soul lucid sleep, wherein move images of pure life fashioned by the true will. And this is called by the Kabbalists the sleep of Shalom. And of this doth also Porphyry make mention, and Cicero with many other wise men of old time compare, O my son, with this Mercurian that which was taught thee in the sanctuary of the gnosis concerning the death of the righteous. And learn moreover that these are but particular cases of an universal formula. And this is because the blood hath absorbed in its meed of nutriment all foreign elements. Such also is the case with the mind which hath not fed itself on thought.
It's a kitten, by the way. A kitten.
Yeah, you want to pet it.
John, here I got one for you. What's the hardest thing with what's the hardest part about breaking up with a Japanese girl?
Ow.
You have to drop the bomb twice.
That's not nice.
No. That sounds derogatory.
What do you mean it's not nice? They love us.
No, they don't.
Yeah, because you.
Shut the fuck up.
They're scared.
They got lobotomized, motherfuckers.
Yeah, we paid them reparations. That's why they love us. The fuck? They don't love us. We killed them.
Okay, watch a Japanese girl suck a white guy's or a black guy's.
The people in Hiroshima love us.
Yeah, they fucking love us.
The ones
You're
with
fucking
leukemia.
retarded.
Man, have you ever been over there?
Nigga, you Hiroshima?
Have you been over there?
Have you been to Hiroshima where we dropped bombs?
No, I've been to
Nagasaki?
Bro, I've been to both, like, listen to both of them, like, Koreans and Japanese.
That's not
they
what
love,
I asked you. Have you been to the affected area where people still have diseases from radioactive fucking toxins till this day?
It's all good.
Have you been there?
Good. They hate each other, but they love, like, white and black people, I swear to God.
Bro, they think you're gonna bring them to America. What the fuck?
They
love
us, bro.
You.
They love us, bro.
Here's another one. How do you know when your wife is dead?
She stops talking.
No, the sex is the same, but the dishes stack up.
Ooh. Oh my God. Oh, that's bad, man. It's horrible.
Even worse.
Brad's allowed to say that one.
All right. Well, I got one for you guys. A man goes out for a walk during a storm with nothing to protect him from the rain. He doesn't have a hat, a hood, or an umbrella. But by the end of his walk, there isn't a single wet hair on his head. Why doesn't the man have wet hair?
Because he's bald.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, you said head, not hair, didn't you?
I said, why doesn't the man have wet hair?
I thought you said head. Never mind.
All right, Dawn, here's one for you. Why do pedophiles, why is a pedophile's favorite holiday Halloween? Free delivery.
Jesus.
Oh my God. I thought it was going to be like,
All right, here's a better one.
Trick or treat.
Why is a gay man like a freezer? Or I'm sorry, let me say this again. What's the difference between a freezer and a gay man?
A popsicle? I don't know.
Freezer doesn't fart when you pull.
Oh.
You cut out. What was the punchline?
Doesn't fart when you pull out the meat.
Oh.
I got one. 2 black boys got chased by a store owner out of the store, and they ran all the way home. And when they got in the house, the dad was sitting on the couch. What's the first thing they told their dad?
Who's they?
The boys.
I don't know.
You know their dads wasn't there. Black people.
That's funny.
Would they kill their dad?
I made that up. I don't know. I was just trying to be as offensive as I could.
Hey, Jazzy. How do you get a nun pregnant?
I was bleeding.
You dress them up as altar boys.
No. Oh my God.
I heard that before. That. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, guys. We have to do better. Okay.
My dad was an altar boy. Oh my God.
Don't tell us that.
No, he was nothing hurt him.
All right. What does liver and onions and anal sex have in common?
Yo, man. What kind of shit is that?
What?
You were forced to eat as a kid. You won't eat as an adult.
Oh. Ooh.
Rayaba, this all your fault. Shy started telling riddles because you so slow. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking, Rayaba.
This is true.
Oh, the baby. What's the baby saying?
I've been wanting to say 1 in 90, but this one's probably a little harsh. But how do you kill 200 flies at once?
You bring in some Africans.
Nope, you hit an Ethiopian in the face with a frying pan.
God damn it.
It's pretty hilarious, though.
That's not hilarious. That's fucked up. I I'm not gonna
Okay,
say any of these are funny.
So then, like, the question lies, like, do you not like shock factor jokes? That's pretty funny. I thought.
I can't let people know that I
So
like
does that
them.
make me sadistic or like what? Like because I laugh at it?
I'm
Because
only
like
racist to a
you can
certain
take a girl, you can take a girl on a date and you put a couple drinks in her and she'll laugh at that shit. She thinks it's funny too.
Oh, now we're back at the drink thing to loosen the girl up, see?
Yeah, because typically women try to play nice. They're like, that's not nice. Don't say that, Brad. Don't say that, Brock. Don't. That's too much. But to hit, was it 20,000 or how many millions, thousands? Mosquitoes or fleas, like Ethiopians or whatever. Like, that's funny.
That is my pet peeve when women actually try to like legitimately tone police me. Is one thing when they try to be cutesy and like the responsible one at the table of people, they're like, Florida, you can't say that. But then we laugh about it on the car ride home. And it's another thing for us to like be in the car and her to get actually offended by some dumb shit that I.
Right.
I wouldn't get offended. Like my dad used to say stuff I didn't agree with that was very offensive, but like I would never get mad at him. I was just like, don't say that shit in front of my friends, please.
But look, I know, like, all right. So Jazzy, hypothetical.
I'm here.
I know
I'm
you.
here.
I know you're a mom. Hold on, hypothetical. I know you're a mom. Like your kid's younger, but like think about like sending your kid off to school, and then coming back, and then he's chirping whatever, you know, he like whatever like the kids are fucking talking about, and you're like, nah, bro, like hell, fucking no.
Here's a good.
Or do you think that like he's gonna be just like he just gonna believe everything that his mom believes, and he's just I'm not saying you're like grooming him that way. I'm asking like, do you think he will be like more like you, or do you think he will be more inquisitive, like and be like more challenging of you?
Both. He'll believe some shit, he'll challenge some stuff. But I want him to think critically and make up his own decisions at the end of the day.
Hey, Jazzy, what does Iron Man and Sarah Palin have in common?
Say it.
What does Iron Man and Sarah Palin have in common? This is an old one.
Iron Man and Sarah Palin have in common.
Mm-hmm.
They can see Russia from their house.
Both had Downey Jr. deep inside them.
Oh my.
Wow. Did she have sex with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, I thought everybody knew that.
Wait, so like Donald Trump Jr. was like fuck Sarah Palin?
Robert Downey Jr., the man that played Iron Man.
Downey Jr. I thought it was a reference to Donald Trump by getting it, and also Robert Downey at the same time. It was both.
What's his name?
Sarah Palin.
No, what's his name? No, the only star that the only person I heard that has
Did Red Rum just call Donald Trump a Downey?
Was fucking Glenn Rice, the basketball player Glenn Rice. That's the only person I ever heard had sex with her that was famous. Never heard about no Robert Downey Jr. sex with Sarah.
Wait,
Here's another one for you, Jazzy.
No, you need to explain the joke.
Robert Downey Jr. fucked Sarah Palin.
No, there's
everybody knew. Just wait. Like banged her hard, dude.
Where did you hear that from?
Dude, it's common knowledge. It's been all over RNC circles for like years.
That's crazy. Her married ass fucked up.
She was in a wheelchair for a month.
Okay, no one asked you to join in and write a script. Go ahead.
All right. So why this one's because everybody picks on blacks and Jews, so I'm gonna throw a little shade to the Mexicans here. Why don't Mexicans have sex ed and driver's ed on the same day?
I don't know why.
Because you have to give a donkey a break at some point.
Jesus.
Hey, Tom's laughing because you got your fool.
How's it going? I like that.
I approve of whatever website Brad's getting these from. I bet Reddit probably has a whole fucking subreddit thread just for fucking crazy jokes.
Yeah, but the subreddit on the subreddit on the subreddit, it's like so dark, dude. Like, I don't know, like how far do you go, like, for humor? You know?
It depends on how dark you can hit.
Right.
Multiple times saying the green butthole. I know you're trying to trigger folks, you know, what have you. So can I point to specifically and say, oh, well, you know, because of that, you know, your exchange, he's going to walk into a school tomorrow? No, I'm not going to. That would be idiotic. I don't think one needs a degree in psychology or criminology to appreciate the inappropriateness of the nature of that conversation that was held with a 16-year-old on a public app in a room with adults that were, on the average, 3 decades older.
And let me follow up, if I may. Let's just stretch your hypothetical out just a little bit. And again, I realize you're no psychologist. Hell, I'm no psychologist. Let's say potentially he might be a school shooter. Let's say potentially because he's said to me and other people many times that he's constantly picked on in school. Is it possible that maybe if indeed he has a motivation to go and shoot up a school, that maybe because of being able to let out that energy and talk to me about that and others, maybe prevents that from happening? Is that possible?
Sure, anything's possible,
Anything's
Steve.
possible.
I would love to hear Bruce's answer, and then I will
I'll
shut
keep
the
it short.
fuck up.
Very short. Anything's possible anyway. Likely, I don't know. You know, likely impossible. I mean, I'm not sure what the point of that scenario is. I don't think that was your intent. I don't think it was therapy session to potentially take this wounded bird under your wing, and to hopefully, you know, as you continue to go back and forth about like, you know, like it was like almost erotic the way you guys are talking about these guns. Like I'm not sure that you were. I'm not saying you have to say guns are bad. Like all about the Second Amendment, absolutely. Even though I'm on the left, I know I'm not one of those crazies. Believe it or not, that thinks all guns should be destroyed.
Moose, thank you. I respect what you said, and I respect you even more because, in my humble opinion, you were 100% honest, and I applaud you.
Thank you.
Can I come into that topic about if we think he's...
Cypher want to say something. Can Cypher say something real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cypher.
I'll be really quick because Steve gave a hypothetical. And Moose, I'll answer your question.
Bert's code needs.
And Bert's going to go next. So here's the reason why that kid has been kicked out of this house for years. Right? Is because Steve had a hypothetical. What if Christian asked me and said, hey, I'm thinking about shooting up my school, and I gave him some advice, and he did. Steve, has Christian ever talked to you about wanting to shoot up a school?
No, he is not.
Thanks. So thanks for the bullshit fucking hypothetical. I'll tell you what has
I'm not the one that brought up Christian shooting up a school. That wasn't me that brought it up.
Can I speak? So Moose, I'll tell you why that kid is allowed in this fucking house. Because I'll tell you what I have seen. And you saw it yourself yesterday. You saw Steve talking about guns to an autistic kid who's 16-year-old who Steve himself said, hey, what if this kid wants to go shoot up? Stupid hypothetical, never talked about it, but he's talked multiple times about guns. He's talked multiple times about sex. And what he does is for the last 2 years when that little kid was banned from our fucking house, because we're not babysitters and we don't think the conversations that take place in our house are appropriate, nor the conversations in Steve's room, is that one of the early things, and again, within a week of that little fucking kid coming into our house, I said, I will not share a state with this fucking child. I don't come on this app to fucking babysit. I already got my kids. It was because at fucking 1 o'clock at night, I had to boom a fucking room for some fucking disgusting fucking piece of shit started asking Christian about, oh, tell me about your locker room, dude. What happens in there, right? Steve, you didn't bring up the conversation. You just kept talking about it, right? You didn't bring up that you could fuck 16-year-olds in Europe. You just kept going with it. You giggled, right, Steve?
I thought you debated him in this house. No.
You
Steve, never debated him in this house.
No, dude. And this is the problem, Steve.
Wow.
And this is the problem, Steve, is that you think that the nuance of like whether we kicked him out after a week or 2 years ago is important. It's not. The fact that you were talking to him yesterday about fucking 16-year-olds with their sneaker on. The fact that yesterday you came into this room and said, oh, I didn't just being one minor. I got 2 minors. I got a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old beamed up in my fucking room, and then you back. Dude, you're disgusting. You enable these little kids to be exposed to fucking perverts on this app. We're gonna fucking. You're just a piece of shit, dude. You're a piece of shit who gets fucking hard-ons about little 18-year-old girls. You're fucking disgusting. If you can get a hard-on over a little kid who's fucking younger than your own child, you're a fucking pervert. You're disgusting, and I get why Steve invites 16-year-old boys on the stage.
I seem to recall that you debated him on this stage. When you knew that he was 15 or 14, you debated him. He's debated in this house 10 to 20 times. When all of you knew that he was a minor.
Again.
That's a fact.
He's seen the
I just want to know why Cypher's lying about it. That's what I want to know. Why Cypher lying? He's debated in this house 10 to 20 times when everybody knew that he was a minor. Why is Cypher lying?
Okay, great. Cypher's lying. Can we agree on that? Finish.
Okay, then we're over and done with. Cypher is a liar. Let's move on.
The fact that you're still bringing on here, and we shall say that being he's not a fully capable, he's not even an adult. He's barely a fully capable teenager.
Well, I don't think you ever answered my question that I asked you. And that was, if he comes and asks you a question, do you answer it to his level of understanding, or do you shut it down? I don't recall you ever answering that question.
And I tried to answer you, and I would say I would answer it in fucking private.
So you would answer his question?
In private!
In private, I understand. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And I'll ask you the same question that I asked Moose. Of course, you don't have to answer it. And again, you have much more experience about children that are autistic. Please tell me exactly how I have harmed him. How has his life been harmed since 48 hours ago through today? How have I harmed him? Because that was the original topic that was brought up 15, 20 minutes ago. Who have I harmed? So apparently people think I've harmed Christian. Exactly how have I harmed?
I asked that question. I wasn't there for those conversations.
Okay, so you don't agree that I have harmed him, correct?
I have never been in those conversations.
Okay, so you don't know if I'm harmed him. That's fine. Because the original topic was
topic that I asked.
Yes.
Who has Steve harmed?
Exactly.
I asked that.
Okay, who have I harmed?
That was my question.
I haven't harmed anybody. That's your answer. I haven't harmed anybody. All right, if you want, we can keep talking about it, but I haven't harmed anybody. I've been honest, I've been sincere, I've been myself, I'm responsible for all my actions, and I have not harmed anybody. That's your answer.
Can I ask you a hypothetical?
Can
Let me ask you a hypothetical. Second burner side real quick. So Steve, let's say hypothetically it was, let's say Christian was Christine, and she was just any random 16-year-old girl. Do you think, does anything change? Let me put it that way. Do you think there's any potential harm there, any level of inappropriateness, or doesn't matter on the gender?
I'll tell you exactly what I think. Thanks for the question. It's an excellent question. If somebody comes on my stage, a 16-year-old girl comes on my stage and asks me a question, I'm going to answer it at her level of understanding. That's your answer. And nothing is off limits. I will answer any question she wants to ask. Any question.
Can we go there? Follow-up question. So you being the 16-year-old girl, and everybody on the stage, a whole bunch of horny old fucks like you, start talking about porno and anal and doggy and soaking. Do you feel any obligation? Just being a 16-year-old girl, she's now being exposed to a horrible, horrible bunch of fucking horny shit because every fucking horny fuck like you wants to bang that fucking little poor girl. You feel any fucking obligation? You feel any fucking like anything for exposing that little girl to a fucking bukkake of your fucking atheist pieces of shit? Dude, you said you wanted to fuck 18-year-old little girls. Tell me about the 16-year-old girl that you gave a bean, you fucking disgusting.
Not the B word, dude. That's an excellent question. I'll be happy to answer that one too. Firstly, I've been doing my weekend shows for 5 years, and I have never given a bean, a green butthole, a green bean to a minor woman. That's number one. Number two, if she starts asking me about specific sexual situations, regardless of if it's her or an adult woman or an adult man, I generally shut that stuff down. I generally say that is best discussed in private. Generally, I say that specific sexual situations are not appropriate for my room. That's what I...
Then why didn't you do it for Christian? When he asked you a question?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Because we weren't talking about a specific sexual situation. We were only talking, and he brought it up, about the age of consent in Europe is 16. That is not a specific sexual situation. I have shut down many conversations in my room over 5 years about specific sexual situations. I have shut those down, and I've said many times that my father told me that what goes on in the bedroom stays in the bedroom, which is why I generally... You don't want to hear the rest. Go.
No, I don't. It's disgusting. So let me just follow up on what you said. You said that in my regular weekend rooms, I have rules, but in my pop-up rooms, hey, Epstein Island, right? You said that. Oh, hold on.
No, wrong.
I clearly can't finish. You said in my weekend rooms, I will not mock a minor woman.
Nope, didn't say that either. Wrong again.
Yes, you did. Replays are on. You made the distinction.
I said
I will not mod a minor woman.
I said I've never modded a 16-year-old girl. I didn't specify.
That's what I just fucking said.
I said never. The replays are on.
Yes, the distinction you made was a girl. You let little boys come up and get modded, but not little girls. That's the distinction I'm criticizing you for, you fucking freak. You make all these little caveats, Steve. Like, dude, all we're trying to say is, dude, don't let little fucking...
Well, if I'm such a fucking freak, you want me to leave the apes? If I'm such a fucking freak, you want me to leave?
Steve, nobody fucking
You want me to leave since I'm a fucking freak?
I don't care about you, dude.
You don't care. It sounds to me like you care a lot.
No, I care about little
16-year-old boys. Like you care a lot.
I do care about 16-year-old boys who you let get exposed to.
Well, who have I harmed? You think I've harmed Christian? You don't care.
You've enabled him to be harmed, Steve.
I thought
Your actions have enabled him.
No.
Go ahead, dude.
I will go ahead. You say you don't care. I call bullshit. I think by basically what you've been saying in the past 20 minutes, you care a lot. You care a lot. The statement that you don't care is bullshit. It's a lie. You accuse me of being a disgusting freak. You just said it. By that and that alone, on its face, you care. Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Just stand up. Just stand up like a man and admit it. You care.
Okay. So Talking Apes was founded to have conversations with a wide
avoiding the issue.
And so
just
when I
admit
say
you
that,
care.
So I care about little kids.
And you care about Christian? What have you done for his welfare? Name one thing. You haven't done jack shit.
I prevented him from speaking with
being
me
in the apes. So he's not allowed in the apes. So he can go on to any other room on Clubhouse. He can go anywhere, but not the apes. And that's how you care.
That's right. Because listen, any little kid can go and fucking smoke fentanyl. Any kid can go and
you don't give a rat's ass about Christian. You don't give a rat's ass about him.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go on mute until I can actually.
I think that's a good idea. You couldn't give a shit about Christian. I care about Christian. Hold on a second, please. I care more about Christian than all of you on stage right now put together.
Yes. What we're talking about is not what you personally did, but what you're facilitating.
Yes, how I've harmed him. And I specifically asked you, how have I harmed him? Your answer, you don't know. I was accused of harming him. I specifically asked, how have I harmed him? Nobody has said how I have harmed him. Nobody. The fact of the matter is,
not personally. You're facilitating harm.
And tell me exactly, how have I facilitated harm? Please, I want to know.
We've been talking about it the whole time, Steve. You're just not listening.
Oh, I'm listening to every word.
This is not an attack. We're just talking.
I know, we're just talking. How have I facilitated his harm? Please, tell me.
Shields have been used for personal protection from ancient
I'm waiting for an answer.
to the modern day.
How have I harmed him? How have I facilitated harming him? I'm listening to every word.
Of a small one.
Jeremy, because I
No, not Jeremy.
To fend off waves of
He doesn't give a rat's ass about Christian. He doesn't care about Christian.
stabby. The size
He doesn't give a shit about Christian. He cares about the apes. Which is fine.
Sorry, Beerta, Steve wants to talk about his love, but he's no boy. I'm just gonna mute him.
Tell you what, I'll even do better. I'll go down to the audience. You can let Jeremy say whatever he wants, and then when you want, you can bring me back up.
Steve, really, I know it sounds like an attack, but it isn't. We're just trying to educate you on how to be appropriate with a person that isn't there fully, like mentally. It's the finest English I can do right now.
Yeah, let's do a quick reset. Here's the issue, guys. Because listen, it is a little bit nuanced, right? Because you could be like, hey, listen, I want to, help, disadvantaged kids, and I want to volunteer at the short bus school and do it. Absolutely. But here's the fucking problem, right? Is that this is not the short bus school. This is a fucking messy little app with a majority of fucking adults. Talk about really fucking messy shit that you need to have a fucking at least a fucking adult mindset, right? I don't want to be the guy like Steve who for 2 years lets a 16-year-old boy into his room, exposed him to talk about guns and sex and fucking adult topics. When the kid's autistic, and then he goes in and shoots up his whole fucking school and then blows himself in the fucking head because he couldn't handle some fucking piece of shit talking shit to him like Ducky, because Ducky and Steve don't give a fuck because they come in here, I don't give a fuck, it's not my fucking kid. Or some horny fucking piece of shit, some incel. Like, dude, that's gonna happen. That little piece of shit can go into any fucking room that lets little 16-year-olds in their room. It's not gonna happen on my fucking watch. It's not gonna happen on the Talking Apes. That's the fucking difference, Steve. And bitch, you don't have to go to the fucking goo, you can just let me talk. You enabled him, you exposed him to fucking pedophiles and freaks on his fucking ass. I'm not saying you hurt him, you exposed him to be hurt. He doesn't even know it now. But a week into him joining his house in a late shift, I boomed the fucking room because 3 people were asking him about his locker room experience at fucking high school. The fuck, Steve? All the people in this room are saying, dude, you're a grown-ass man. All we're asking is don't let a 16-year-old come into your fucking rooms. Don't talk about sex and guns around an autistic 16-year-old. Don't give him a 16-year-old a beat. And don't fucking, as a fucking grown-ass 6-year-old man, befriend a little fucking autistic 16-year-old kid so you can agree with him and giggle when he calls up that, hey, you can fuck a 16-year-old boy in Europe? I'll mute up.
And again, I get where Cypher's coming from, but I also get where Stevie's coming from. He's trying to protect him, but he doesn't have the right know-how, or he doesn't know what he's doing. So that's all we're trying to tell you, Steve. We're not attacking, but like trying to tell you, like, this isn't right. We're telling you the right way.
You did way good. Good. So I got some gas money coming. You got car money coming.
Watch what happens when this clueless seller brings in a rare grenade and gets blown away by its true value.
I've never seen a design like this. So what do you know about it? It was either made by the OSS or the CIA 60 years ago. I really have no idea what it's worth. Let me call Tony down at the gun store. Maybe he knows something about it. Maybe he can tell you what it's worth.
Wow. This is James Bond stuff here. Old school James Bond.
And I have to say, like, people
Deepak seems to be a big Steve pedo. Hey, Deepak, do you like the 16-year-old boys, Deepak? How many 16-year-old boys do you hang out with on the reg, Deepak, in India? When you're not working, are you booking like coffees to say, hey, 16-year-old boy, let's hook up in the Starbucks and fucking talk it out over some chai tea, Deepak? Come up here, you little bitch. Come up here, you little fucking bitch. You like talking to 16-year-old boys?
Right there. Cypher, like, I have a foster brother and I have a bunch of other foster siblings. You would call them foster siblings, support siblings, that have, they're autistic, they have Down syndrome. Like, there's different types of support, and they need different types of support. And I know Steve's just trying to do good. Steve's just trying to do good, but he doesn't know how.
So, good things for 16-year-old boys. He would go down to his local scouts or the local autistic 16-year-old boys program. He would go through the checks and the safety checks, and he could do good. He would not hang out on Clubhouse fucking like looking for little autistic 16-year-old boys that he can invite onto his fucking stage so that grown-ass men at 3 in the morning can talk about fucking dick size and the legal age to fuck 16-year-old boys in Europe.
See the pandering and the like the two-facedness, and then also I've always like when I was a little kid, I always measured campaigns, not really.
Oh, so I don't think it's appropriate to help loved ones. So there again, like, he's trying to do something. He's trying to help this autistic man who lost his father. He's doing it in the wrong ways, yes, and we're telling him. But yeah, I do agree. He's not listening to us.
These signatures, these
He's
are
not
you know,
listening to us how to do it the right way. But still, he's trying to do the right fucking thing.
Yesterday, and Luz, I want your take on that. I don't think Luz agrees. So yesterday, when Steve beamed a 16-year-old autistic kid, he had a conversation about guns. He then, giggled and repeated what that kid said about 16-year-olds being legal to have sex in Europe. And then he came over to our house to brag about the fact that not only did he beam a 16-year-old autistic kid, he now beamed another 17-year-old and he giggled about it. And he ended the evening by talking about it is perfectly fine for a 55-year-old man to get a hard-on and fuck the shit out of an 18-year-old little girl. A dude who has kids older than that. And all I'm saying is, all of that is fucked. And you're supporting him? You're fucked. Wow.
Did you specifically hear him say that? Is a recording of him saying that? I think you take
replays are on. Go listen to it. Replays are on. No, replays are on. Go listen to it. Before you, fuck, there are people in this room who heard him say it.
Oh, I heard him say
that he had a hard on for a 16-year-old with a gun.
Yes.
Sorry, I just think yeah, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. He said that. I believe you, and that's awful. But come on, we can teach him something else.
Do you want to bring Steve back up so he can respond?
Letting him buy cookies.
You want me to respond?
You said you were going to go down while Cypher was
Absolutely,
talking.
sure. I didn't want to interrupt anybody. Cypher does it all the time.
I think Cypher is done.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Well, for those of you that don't know, while I was down, I noticed that Christian is here and Christian's been listening. So I hope all of you are proud that Christian has been listening to what all of you have been saying. I don't know. I know he's been here since I was in the audience. I don't know how long he was here before I went to the audience. I know that this started about half an hour ago when it was specifically stated that me being honest in my views have harmed people. And I specifically asked, who have I harmed? And it was brought up that I harmed Christian. And I specifically asked, how have I harmed him? How has he been harmed from 48 hours ago, from before this happened, until this now? And none of you have been able to specifically state how I have harmed him. So as far as I'm concerned, I not only have not harmed him, I've helped him for the reasons that have been stated. And I'm sorry that none of you, go ahead.
That's just confirmation bias. Sorry.
Well, tell you what, why don't you explain exactly why what I just said is confirmation bias? Please do. I want to learn.
You're excusing yourself.
I'm speaking the truth, am I not?
No, sir.
Okay, please explain why what I just said is not true.
Confirmation bias, sir.
Yeah, I heard you. Confirmation bias. I heard you. Please explain why what I just said is not true, because the truth is never a fallacy. Confirmation bias is a fallacy in logic. So you said what I just said is confirmation bias. However, you would agree if what I said is 100% true, then it's not confirmation bias. You do agree with that, right?
Steve, do you not think this is hard?
Let's stay on topic, please.
Steve, do you not think this is hard?
No. Hold on.
No, this is the whole point.
The
Do you not
truth
think it's
is never
harmful?
confirmation bias. Is that correct or is that not correct? The truth is never confirmation bias. Is that accurate or no? Come on, speak up.
Steve, this is shows you don't care for
No.
Christians.
Please answer my question first.
You said
The
as far as you're concerned, that's not the truth.
Okay, fine. You're saying it's not the truth. Okay, fine. But you do agree that the truth is never confirmation bias, correct or not correct? You do agree with that, right?
We have no agreement, sir.
We have no agreement. Okay, very good. Then let's just do this. What did I just say that is not true? Let's go there. What did I just say that is not true? 100%. Come on, speak up.
Again, Steve, do you not think this is harmful for Christian?
Crickets.
Christian, Steve, do you not think this is harmful for Christian?
Well, you tell me. How has he been harmed in the past 48 hours? Tell me. How has he been harmed? Tell me.
Now, this exactly shows you do not give a shit about him.
I say it's all of you that don't give a shit about him. I give a shit.
You brought him here. You forced him.
I didn't invite him here. He came on his own. I didn't bring him here.
Yeah, but you still forced this conversation about him.
No, I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring this up. I said a half hour. I said a half hour ago.
Wrong. No, this is
how have I harmed him? Come on, speak up. How have I harmed him? I'm still waiting. That was the original. That was the original claim 30 minutes ago. I've harmed him. How have I harmed him? I'm still waiting for the answer. How have I harmed him? Crickets. I've been accused of confirmation bias. Well, the truth is never confirmation bias.
Yeah, just go away.
What did I say is not true? Everything I said is the truth. You all may think you all may think it's disgusting, but it's the truth.
And we told you how that could be harmful in the future. We told you how that could be harmful in the future.
How have I harmed him? Let's hear it. How have I harmed him?
Can I ask a question?
I'd rather first you say that you have not harmed him, and then you can ask any question you want.
No, you've enabled him to be harmed over and over and over for the last 2 years. So
I've enabled him to be harmed, and that goes that you and Day and all the other apes, when you knew he was underage, allowed him to come on your debate stage and debate.
So
that has some harm, right?
No,
Am I right?
That's a question. So.
Am I right?
Found you, Steve.
You, Day, and all the other apes allowed him to come on your debate stage and participate in the apes for over a year when you knew that he was a minor. You allowed him to come on. You knew he was a minor, but you allowed him anyways.
Let me know when I can talk.
As long as you're fine, just tell me whether or not what I'm saying is true. Of course it's true. You allowed him to come on the stage. You allowed him to debate for a year when you knew he was a minor. Go ahead, you can talk.
So I'll say this, I've said it before, I'll say it again. When Christian first came into this house, there was literally a week. Cora was around back then. There was a period of about 1 week in which some of us took the opinion of Steve, hey, listen, this kid's around, we'll set some boundaries, right? He's got to get the fuck out of here at 11 o'clock. The second the conversation gets fucking weird, we say, get the fuck out, you have to get the fuck out. We've set some boundaries, right? We were like, Steve, hey, let's take this little fucking, homeless dog and try to, But then, literally day 4, the little bitch is in here at 1 o'clock in the morning with inappropriate talk and saying, fuck you, I'm a 14-year-old girl, I'll do what I want. So I said, I will never fucking share a stage with this fucking kid. That was 1 week, Steve. Now, this happened to be a time when I left the Talking Apes. I left the Talking Apes for months and months and months, right? The OGs know, Steve doesn't give a fuck. So that you put that on me, that he happened to get some stage play during that period, or not has nothing to do with me, you fucking piece of shit. But here's a fact. It's been more than a year since he's been banned from this fucking house because we will not fucking enable this kid to be fucking exposed to shit that will harm him. But Steve, for the last 3 years, literally yesterday, being this little child, let this kid get exposed to talk about guns in America, literally said, you can fuck 16-year-olds legally. This is yesterday. This isn't a year ago. This isn't 2 years ago. Steve is so upset. It's like, oh, Daddy lied to me about how many debates this kid had 2 years ago. Steve, you said that you can fuck 16-year-old kids in Europe legally with a 16-year-old boy on stage that you fucking beamed. So my question, if I may, Steve, all I've said all night, I'm begging you, all of us are begging you, dude, as a decent person, can you just promise, do not bring a 16-year-old little boy up onto your stage. Don't talk to 16-year-old little boys past 9 p.m. I'll even let you talk to 16-year-old little boys during the day. Past 9 p.m., don't talk to 16-year-old boys that you have not met in real life, you fucking 65-year-old creep. Can you just commit to that? See, listen, Cypher, that's a completely reasonable question, a request. I promise you, Cypher, I will not bring a 16-year-old boy up onto a stage on a fucking adult act when conversation is going to be fucked. Will you do that, Steve? Or is that just insane, what I'm asking you to do?
I'm not sure.
Why did you promise that, Steve? Like, to not bring a child?
Well, let's take a look at that's a great question. So, Berta, are you saying it's not that I bring him on stage, it's the time I bring him on stage? Because that's what Cypher asked. Cypher didn't ask me never to bring him on stage. Cypher, wait a minute. He didn't ask me not to give him a green bean or green butthole. He said, just don't do it after 9 p.m. So, Berta, do you agree with that? It's okay for me to bring him up anytime as long as 9 p.m.? Is that what you're saying, Berta?
Let me ask you a question. Do you not feel the conversational change before 9 p.m.?
Well, I know this. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. I know this, that the apes after dark or the apes crazy or whatever, I'm not in the apes most of the time after, 9 o'clock or whatever the case may be. So, I normally don't run a room at 9 p.m. It's not my style. My weekend rooms are in the morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're asking me on the weekends, no problem.
No, that wasn't what
I do a 3-hour tour in the fucking morning. I don't run the weekend rooms at night.
No, that's
no
not
problem. Done. No problem. That is what you asked, Cypher. You said after 9 o'clock, right?
So yesterday.
That is what you asked, after 9 o'clock, right? No problem.
So yesterday, after 9 o'clock, not on the weekend, Steve beamed a 16-year-old kid and then came and bragged about finding a 17-year-old boy that he also beamed.
That's right. That's because you guys were talking about it the entire time. That's right.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Why were you talking about it? It doesn't matter.
No. Why are you talking about?
Why were you talking about it if it doesn't matter?
Yesterday wasn't the weekend.
Of course it matters.
Yesterday was after 9 p.m.
Don't say you don't care. Of course you care.
Yesterday is when Steve beamed in his house.
You can insult me all you want.
Can I speak, Steve?
You can accuse me of being a piece of shit. I got no problem with that. You can accuse me of being a dickhead. I don't care. You can accuse me. You can call me all the names you want. I've asked you multiple times. I'm such a piece of shit. I'm such a dickhead. I'm such of a low morality. Do you want me to leave? You've constantly said no. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. Of course you give a fuck. You're talking about it.
You're not listening to me.
I'm listening to you.
So can
I am listening to you.
How can you listen to me when you keep over talking?
All right, I'll go on mute. Go ahead, say whatever you.
You keep asking over and over and over. If you feel this way, should I leave the house? And I keep answering over. I don't care. You're not. I don't care.
No, actually,
Nothing
that's
about
not how
you
you answer.
matters.
You don't care. You've told me no, don't leave. You don't want me to leave.
No,
No. Yeah, it's on replays. You don't say you don't care. You say you don't want me to leave. At least be honest about that. Come on, don't lie. I've asked you multiple times. You want me to leave? You don't say you don't care. You say you don't want me to leave. At least be honest. Don't lie to everybody, right?
But Steve, do you not see
No.
how...
Let's get this straight. Either Cypher says he doesn't care, or Cypher says he doesn't want me to leave. I say
don't care.
he doesn't want me to leave. Which is it?
I've said it over and over. It doesn't matter. You can pink ticket
It
and then join the
doesn't
house
matter.
2 seconds later. I pink ticket this house 3 times a month.
That's
More
you.
often than women
You're not
menstruate.
me. You're not me.
But also, how many times you pink ticketed?
So you want me to leave?
I don't care. I keep saying
You don't care.
It's what part of I don't give a fuck about you do you not understand?
All right. Then you make your bed and you sleep in it. Goodbye.
Oh, sweet. Maybe Jesus. Literally, what just happened now makes me think maybe Jesus. Maybe Jesus, everybody. Maybe Jesus.
Yeah, that made him turn us to Christianity. Thank fucking
Yes,
God.
yes. The fact that motherfucker left makes me think maybe Jesus.
Because Christian was here for a second. The poor guy, and we're all talking about him. I mean, like, okay, if you really fucking care about him, you're gonna shut the fuck up and just quiet. No, he didn't give a fucking shit. I at least send Christian a friend request because he ain't a fucking friend. God fucking damn it. Are we still on rapid debates or what the fuck?
We are so past rapid debates right now. Let's get nuanced, right? Because you've been around the block a few times, talking apes, right?
Yeah, I've been here a year, I think now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, let's just find out who washes their legs and who doesn't. I know Ya's still around because that motherfucker, his legs are pristine. Hey, Sanders, are you there?
Who the fuck doesn't wash the legs?
Yes, sir. A lot. Oh, I know you love your mother. You are my ninja.
Yeah, my ninja.
Kevin.
Who the fuck doesn't wash the legs?
Kevin, I'll get to that, Birta. It's a good question. Kevin. Oh, this motherfucker's he got a Dove so far up his ass, and then he just washes his face. He's like, oh, I'm gonna wash my. He doesn't even know what a washcloth is. That's okay.
Kevin, have you never heard of a loofah? No, okay, so a loofah is a white thing. So you use a loofah, you put it in the soap, and then wash everything. So that's the washcloth for white people. But seriously, like, just your face? I hope you don't have foreskin, because if you don't wash that shit, it's gonna be nasty.
Oh, let's double click on that. What the hell, Bart? Let's double click on that, right? If you have enough privilege to know that you literally can hire someone to get the little rocky shit out of your horse's schmegma, it's important for the horse owner. Welcome.
Not the schmegma, it's on the back of both of the front legs and back legs.
No, I was talking about the little rocks inside of the folds of the male horse penis that you just good hygiene. You got to hire a vet to take that shit out. But that's different.
I thought you were talking about actual
Wait,
horses.
walk with me. English, not Western English. And so that's different than David's obsession with foreskin, right? I don't know if y'all know that about 6 American baby boys die every year because of legal childhood genital mutilation, right? And David was like, what, you want 100 foreskins? Bitch, hold my beer. I'm gonna bring you 200. So what's with the fucking obsession with little tips of baby boys' penises? That's my...
No, again, I get it for the time, like in the Bible, blah, blah, blah. It was for cleanliness because apparently people didn't know how to clean themselves, and most guys today do not know how to clean their dicks. So, with our foreskin. So, but seriously, like education could cover today's genital mutilation against men. DS3, you're watching television over there, we can hear it.
What do you mean? What's up?
We can hear your television.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
Like, are dudes like against or for circumcision? Like a general question, because here where I live, it's not the thing. People do not get circumcised. So I think I have like a equal pool of people not only from America. So what's your consensus?
In the United States, doctors historically, at least in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, told people that it was more hygienic to be circumcised, and so I was circumcised without my consent. I think it's... I'm circumcised person. I think it's borderline child abuse to circumcise children for, I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, for hygienic purposes, because you can teach a boy to clean his penis, but I get it for a religious reason, like if you're a Jew, but so yeah, so Casey regrets it. The S3, do you regret your parents getting a circumcision?
Not really. It was a good, I mean, it's better. I don't have to pull the thing down as much to clean the head, and it's more cleanly. You get what I'm saying?
It's easier, yeah, I get it. But like, where I live, if I see a circumcised penis, it looks fucking weird. It looks like a mushroom, like.
I think that's also a little bit harsh because look, what you're talking about is exactly what appears when an uncircumcised, penis, like when the foreskin is pulled down, that's what you're seeing. So I think it's a bit harsh to say like, oh, that looks fucking weird.
Can I ask you something, brother?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's horrible. Like, listen, everybody chooses everything, but like literally, like 6 or 7 little boys in America die because of genital mutilation because of religious practices. How is that wrong? Like it's illegal to cut off little baby clits, but it's legal in America to cut off and Canada to cut off little baby boy foreskins. Make that make sense to me.
I can make it make sense to you. I find both abhorrent. So again, it's genital mutilation. Do you know how many nerves they're cutting when you do a male circumcision? Like, there's so many nerves you're cutting away. So you basically, cutting a man's pleasure.
I just want to bring it to like surface. I'm in Canada. It is no different than in America, right? Like in hospitals, in our country, when you have a baby, you can, if it's a boy, you can literally make the decision of whether that hospital performs religious-based genital mutilation on the baby if it's a boy. But if you ask them, like, hey, my belief system says that I need to cut off the hood and the clitoris of my baby girl, you would be locked up and sent to jail. Make that make fucking sense.
What do you mean make that make fucking sense? That's not my choice. Like, again, I do not like that you're equating male circumcision to female circumcisions, because female circumcision is a lot. Yeah, but female circumcision can be deadly.
Circumcision does not prevent a male from enjoying having sex. A female circumcision is, I mean, at least in some cultures, a female circumcision is like cutting off the clit, and that is like, that's pretty major. Like, that's preventing a woman from enjoying ever having sex ever again.
Yeah, okay. Kizzy, yes, that's true. But they also, when they cut the clitoris off, and that's in most female circumcision, they cut the clitoris off. They also sew it back together, and usually they also sew the vaginal hole so close together that when you actually do have sex and get married when you're 13 years old, having sex is fucking awful. So both are mutilations of the genitalia, but sorry, one is worse than the other.
That is exactly what I just said. But thank you.
In case you got is this. You're arguing like which is the worst evil. Scientifically, neither is necessary. Both are derived from religious beliefs of magical deities, and both kill little babies every year. And so people think like, oh, listen, more women die of, and it's more horrible for women. 7 little baby boys, or 7 to 15 little baby boys every year in America die because of a belief in magical deities.
Okay,
so they can have their little tips of their dick
we're
cut
saying
off.
both are evil.
Yeah, let's stop.
You're saying both are evil, so yeah.
Here's the thing. Why do doctors continue to offer like that as like a standard medical like practice? I don't really get that. It's not even based on religion. I mean, maybe in Canada it is, but in the United States, like, they'll circumcise baby boys regardless of your religious preference. They'll just circumcise.
I agree. Like Casey, I was born Mormon. I'm not going to talk about myself, but no. What I'm saying is that the practice has nothing to do with science. You do that, less enjoyment. You're cutting nerves, and there's no need for it. Listen, does it make sense to think that God's going to kill you if you eat bacon in the Middle East when there's no refrigeration? Trichnosis? Yeah, don't do that. But you can eat all the bacon you want. Was it smart maybe to cut off little dicks when you didn't wash a lot and got a lot of schmagma? I don't know the answer to that. But I know that you don't need to cut off little baby boys' dicks today because they can just wash. You know what I mean?
But Jeremy,
is that
you said, yeah, I get what you're saying, but you said it has nothing to do with science, but it has to do with science today, because who invented the science? White religious men. They made it a standard in America. This is not a standard in Europe. So those who made the standards in America, they made those rules.
Let's do this. Can you get circumcised
That's
in your
fucking
country?
good for it.
Can you perform genital mutilation on little baby boys in your country? Is it legal?
No fucking clue.
Is it? So you're saying it's illegal to have your boys circumcised in your country? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Stop it.
Seriously, I don't know.
Stop it. Stop it. Are we gonna have an honest conversation here or not? Stop it.
We're having an honest conversation. Do you know?
Birta. I know the rules about circumcision in my country, in America, and I know it about your country because I'm telling you the answer is yes. You can absolutely mutilate the genitals of little baby boys in your country if you want.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's so unpopular, nobody does it.
Oh,
so.
it's not popular, but it's legal. Not everybody fucking.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was legal. I didn't know it was legal. Seriously, I didn't. Jeremy, seriously, I didn't.
Well, okay, what's the country in question, and then also why is this relevant? What's the country in question?
Iceland.
It's Iceland. And why is it relevant, Casey? Because the whole conversation is about, like, it's insane as humans that we have first world nations where it's legal to genitally mutilate little baby boys. And some of them think like, oh, but not girls. And I'm almost saying it's like, as an agnostic, how does that make fucking sense? It's all fucking evil.
Look, it doesn't really make sense, but like, I don't know why you keep yelling about it, because like, this, like, I don't know, like, if you're that passionate about it, I don't know, join a nonprofit and like try to get it changed. The fact of the matter is that in most first world countries, circumcision of boys is a legal process, and so like I don't know how to change that, but you know, if you're that offended by it, then fucking, you know, join an organization and try to change it.
So Casey, can I ask you something, brother? If in your country it was equally acceptable to cut off the clitorises of little baby girls, would you be as emotional as I am? I'm just asking Casey a question. Would you be as like offended as I am?
I already told you that I felt like my own genital mutilation was a violation of my rights as an individual. I just don't know how politically to change it. Now, I do feel like I would maybe be a little more driven politically to fight for the rights of little girls who are being who are having their genitals mutilated at birth or shortly thereafter, because to me, look, both are genital mutilation, but they're not equal amounts of abuse to me.
Again, if I can say, female circumcision usually happens when you're between 10 and 15 years old.
Okay.
So you remember the pain. You're not an infant, newly born. You feel it. And usually it has scarring effects. It prevents you from enjoying sex. It does not do that to men.
That sounds incredibly traumatic.
Yeah, it is. It's illegal everywhere, but I think it's illegal. I think it's legal in some countries. I don't remember exactly, but it's really popular in countries in Africa, and they still do it even though it's illegal. So that's, I think, it's illegal to genitally mutilate a girl.
Yeah, so then
it's not illegal to gently mutilate a man.
In answer to Cypher's problem, then I would say these countries should just fucking enforce the law. They should just enforce the law, except that I guess he was saying that, well, in a lot of countries, the law doesn't prohibit genital mutilation of little boys. But I guess in my mind, like, it's not, I don't know, it's not exactly equal. Like, yes, it's terrible, but it's not exactly equal.
No, and I agree with Casey. If he wants to change, then go ahead. Talk to hospitals, talk to lawmakers, change it, make it legal. Like, it's not our fault you were fucking circumcised. Sorry. Don't make it a women's problem just because our mutilation is illegal.
Yeah, I mean, like, thank God female genital mutilation is legal in nearly every country in the world. Thank God. But if you want male genital mutilation, otherwise known as circumcision, to be illegal, you got to do something about it. Other than complaining on Clubhouse, you gotta do something about it.
Yeah, it's a big change. You have to talk to people. You have to talk to doctors. You have to talk to lawmakers. Like, I know Cypher is not trying to equal the pain, but one is illegal, but it's still happening, and one is legal and happening everywhere. And you have to change something if you don't want it to happen anymore. You have to make it illegal.
Hold on, guys. Here's the problem. This is where I take offense with what you guys are saying. You're making a distinction between female genital mutilation because of religion and male baby genital mutilation because of religion. Because this is just about religion, right? And here's the thing. I agree. These are different procedures. There are different repercussions, right? But the reality is that there are not a dramatic amount of women or men who are living a better life or are just living rather than dying because they got genetically mutilated as children, as babies.
I don't.
And so
I don't
Then go talk to some lawmakers.
Let me land.
I don't know that anybody was arguing from a point of religion. So I'm just.
So Casey, let me ask you this. So Casey, no, I'll respond to you, Casey. So Casey, let me ask this, because you said, hey, there's only a couple countries in the world that it's legal to genitally mutilate little baby girls, but you also conceded that there's a shit ton of countries, even BF does, where it is legal to say, yeah, I'd like to choose to genetically mutilate my little baby boy. Right? And all I'm trying to submit is like, that is because of religious beliefs. That's because David had to collect 200 little foreskins.
No, I wholeheartedly disagree. I don't think.
Then tell me why. Tell me why it's okay for 7 little babies to die every year because of this circumcision thing.
I'm not saying that's okay. Look,
Nobody's agreeing with that.
I'm against genital mutilation, okay? But it's not from kids in Canada and the United States and other
benefit for circumcision. What is the scientific benefit of circumcision other than religious belief?
Yeah, okay. Well, will you let me talk? There is a misconception among medical doctors, especially, I mean, it's not as strong as it was, but in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, there was this really strong misconception, this really strong, like false, not false, but what am I trying to say? What do we call it? When people spread false truths on like misinformation. Okay, there was a lot of misinformation spread among doctors' circles in the 70s, 80s, and 90s in the United States and Canada and other countries. And they doctors, OBGYNs, obstetricians promoted the idea of circumcision because they thought that would contribute to a healthier lifestyle over the entire life of a male, human being. That was based on misinformation. That was not based on scientific truth. But that is why the practice continues because, and before you cut me off, also, when you look at pornography, you often see circumcised penises, and that also contributes to the preference of parents to circumcise their newly born sons. So those two things taken together in the United States and Canada and potentially other parts of the world contribute to little boys being circumcised. It's not religion. It's those two things that I just mentioned.
It's normalcy of uncircumcised, of circumcised penises. Yeah, I get that. But exactly, like in Europe, we don't feel that. At least where I live. When I see a circumcised penis, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm kind of shocked because I'm like, if he's Icelandic, I'm like, okay, where did you get that done? But like, there's no problem. But I've heard like with women in North America, when you see an uncircumcised penis, they're like, how do you say it? Grossed out, basically.
Some people are, I would say it's definitely like in North America, it's definitely like, well, I would say north of Mexico. In the United States and Canada, in the United States and Canada, it is
the norm.
It's more the norm to see a circumcised penis than to see an uncircumcised penis.
Can I ask you a question, right? Because listen, back in the day, it was the norm to own black people. Back in the day, it was the norm in certain places to throw babies off the Can I make one statement? Because guys, swear to God, if I get interrupted one more time, have the conversation you want, I'm done. Can I make one submission? Yes, it was the norm. It was the norm all over the place to do really horrible, fucked up shit back in the day, right? My only submission tonight was simply saying that, like, listen, Casey, what you're saying is not wrong, Casey. But let's go to the source. There's no scientific or medical benefit for cutting off the tip of the penis of little boys, also cutting off the clitorises of girls. The origin of that practice is 100% religion-based. Yes, today Mormons do it, white people do it, some Europeans don't, right? It has nothing to do. I'm just saying that, like, dude, there is no scientific benefit for practicing any type of childhood genetic genital mutilation. Practice it. And Casey, all I'm saying is that there's most countries in the world you can do it if it's a boy, but you can't if it's a girl. And all I'm trying to ask all of you is, like, guys, if you believe in science, in medicine, all I'm trying to say is, like, it shouldn't be there's no medical basis for cutting off the tips of the penises of little boys other than Jesus.
Okay, now can I say I agree with you 100%. There is no medical basis for it. I agree with you, and therefore genital mutilation of boys should not be legal. Okay, the problem is, and actually I want to walk back what I just said. It's not religion, even though it's based in. Yeah, I agree with you. Circumcision is obviously based in religion, but it's not religion, and it's also not even hygienics. Doctors don't still do it because of hygienics, because doctors have read in the medical literature that it's not unhygienic to have foreskin. So
it can be if you don't know how to wash it.
Well, it can be. It can. Yeah, well, okay. So also your
sure. And also douche is fucking useless. So yeah, if you don't know how to just like wash but not douche. Can I ask you this, Casey? Because I have two daughters, right? And I decided I would not get their ears pierced when they were born, because I think that is the exact same thing. As not the exact same thing, but it's very similar to cutting off the tip of a little baby boy's penis. Because hey, if you want to do that, you go and circumcise yourself when you're a consenting adult. You want to pierce your ears, you do it when you can decide to do it. Now, I'm not going to decide it for you. I'm not going to poke holes in my little baby's ears because.
Yeah, well, I mean, usually that's something
that. But can we talk about the religious difference?
In the United States, usually that's something that's done like when they're like at middle school age, like 13, 14, 15. That's when they get their ears pierced. I don't know what you're talking about, like getting it done right after they're born. I'm not sure who pierces a baby's ear.
It's okay. You don't.
My mom.
When you have a baby girl, the hospital will ask you, "Do you want to pierce their ears?" It's true fucking thing. It's fucked up, but it's true.
Well, not Not in the United States. They don't offer to pierce baby girls' ear. But anyway, but I want to finish my
My ears were pierced when I was 10 months old. And I also want to say, Cypher, the religious differences between female genital mutilation and male genital mutilation are complete difference. For female, it's so they will never enjoy sex. For males, for cleanliness. And it's all based in religions. I do agree with that. So I get why one was banned furthermore than the other, or faster than the other, which that you cannot enjoy sex because in a bunch of African Bible culture and Christianity culture, the Europeans went with to Africa. Women should not enjoy sex. So that's where the female mutilation came from. The male mutilation came from cleanliness, mostly. It didn't come from taking away pleasure. So it's harder to get banned or harder to get stopped in some countries.
Don't understand what you just said. My theory that I'd like to posit is that male circumcision is not about religion and it's not about hygienics. It's mostly in the United States. The main reason that people choose to get their baby boys circumcised, the main reason is because they feel like that is the normal thing to do based on pornography, based on what they're used to. They just feel like that's the normal thing to do. It's not about religion. It's not about hygienics. It's just they feel like it's normal. I think that's why most baby boys in America are circumcised, period. End of story.
Yep. Today, I do agree with you with the current, like, that's today. But if you take it back, like, female circumcision and male circumcision, they have total, complete differences. Male circumcision back in the day, like biblical times, was for cleanliness, while female circumcision was so women would not enjoy having sex. So they wouldn't stray. You cut the clitoris off. Go ahead.
Here's two scenarios. Right? A little girl in Africa has turned 13. She goes into a structure with her grandmother, her mother, a bunch of the women, with a rusty, sharp thing, and her clitoris is cut off. It is violent. It is horrific. Right? I think a lot of people, when I describe that, think like, that is fucking barbaric. Now, here's another scenario. This happened probably 10,000 times yesterday in America and in the USA and Canada. A bunch of people went into a synagogue. A little baby boy was put up onto the altar. A rabbi took out, not a doctor, a rabbi took out a knife and cuts off the tip of a little baby boy's penis because of God.
Again, because it doesn't cut off the tip of the penis, cuts off the foreskin.
Are we talking about
and those things, cannot be similar. That child doesn't remember anything. The child doesn't remember the trauma. That girl remembers the trauma of being pinned down with a rusty fucking knife, while in the synagogue they have a scalpel blade that's perfectly sterile. Like, Jeremy, I know you're trying to, like, you cannot equate those things.
All I'm trying to say is do not genetically mutilate anyone. Don't fucking.
Yes, I do agree with you.
That's the only thing I've been saying all night, and you guys are attacking me.
No, we're not attacking you. You're making, sorry, with something you say, you're making.
I don't know.
You're making.
I do agree. Like, I mean, the kids, the little boys that get circumcised for a very specific religious reason because they are born into Jewish families that who want them to be circumcised because of Jewish tradition. They don't remember it. They're not really traumatized by it. I would say that is different from a widespread practice of circumcising boys for a non-religious reason. And also, I don't know, like, I mean, I think it's kind of dangerous to say Jews should not be able to practice their religion the way they want to practice their religion when Jews have been victimized the way they have been victimized throughout history. I think it's a little bit weird to say, "Oh, you can't do this because because you know I don't care what your religion says. I know the better answer." I think that's a little bit weird.
Can I ask you about that, Casey? Right, Joseph Smith was persecuted. The Mormons have been persecuted constantly, right? And they just want to go and have a whole bunch of, sister wives and marry their cousins and stuff. And so when I take offense with that, and hold on, Casey, because I'm building a bridge with you, right? You said, hey, when these people have been prosecuted over and over and over again by a whole bunch of people who don't agree with what they're doing, and they just want to cut off little baby boys' penises, they just want to marry their sister wives and have 8 wives and live in a little, how dare you go and criticize that? That's what you're saying, Casey. And so I guess I'm saying, it's like, well, dude, I'm sorry. If you think that it's okay to fucking, force a little 13-year-old, girl to be your 8th wife, like Joseph Smith, if you think it's okay to cut off little baby boys' penises because you've been persecuted for doing it, that's fucked up.
You're conflating two unrelated things. You're conflating two unrelated things. So, I mean, that's a classical logical fallacy. You're conflating Jewish circumcision.
How is that? But what's different? What's different between those two things? What's different between those two things?
Jewish circumcision with Mormon polygamy. So,
yeah, both horrible. Both fucking no reason to do either of those.
I would say not comparable at all. Okay. Look,
so do you agree or disagree that they're both horrible?
I'm not saying that either is acceptable, but I would say
okay. So you agree with me? So you just said that both are unacceptable. That's the only reason I brought them both up.
I think.
And you criticized me for saying, "Hey, how dare you attack the Jews for doing something that's horrible?" And I said, "Well, I'm attacking."
Did I ever say how dare you? Did I ever say how dare you?
No, I say that a lot, but that's not kind of my tag phrase. But you attack me for saying, "Hey, these Jews have been persecuted for so long. Let them cut off little baby boys' penises. Just let them do their thing." And I'm saying, well, listen, the Mormons were persecuted. I'm not going to let them marry a bunch of 14-year-old girls either.
Well, the Mormons weren't around in the 1400s. The Mormons weren't. I mean, like we're talking apples and oranges. Like you're comparing things that are non-comparable. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sorry. By the way, I'm like a Chrome browser and you're Netscape. I get that you're a normie, and so I'm sorry. Let me use fewer syllables and less nuance. Yes, Casey, I get that suggesting that cutting off little boys' penises can seem anti-Semitic.
Okay, what? Well, I'm sorry, what?
I think what you're saying is like when I attack the idea of anti-Semitism, of circumcision, that you take that as like, hey, that comes off a little anti-Semitic. Is that what you were saying, Casey?
Yeah, I think for a very specific group of people who have a very specific set of beliefs, I think that it could come off as a little bit not anti-Semitic, but like as an infraction upon their religious self-will. Does that make sense?
He does, and I really appreciate that submission. Can I ask you a really quick question? If I were to take the same position against the African tradition of female circumcision, would you feel the same way? That's kind of like, hey, that's kind of going, that's a little racist.
I'm against both, but I guess in the end, I'm not a part of either culture, and so I guess in the end, like, I don't know what I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, so I guess that's my answer.
Submission, brother, and I don't know what to do either, other than do what I feel I need to do, and so that's why I come up here and obnoxiously rail against the idea that any type of genital mutilation against little kids is fucked up. It's based in religion. There's no benefit for it. And so I don't know either, dude. It's not like I'm out there saying like, oh, I can't make the meeting tomorrow Thursday. I've got to go and protest on the corner of my downtown streets with a big sign that says, stop cutting off little boys' pieces. No, I'm not doing that either, Casey. I'm not. But if I'm gonna fuck around and talk about shit, I'm gonna take offense with it. I'm not gonna justify it.
I get it. I mean, I would say like 5 years, roughly 5 years ago, I didn't think that circumcision was a bad thing, but I have changed my mind about it. I'm talking about like boy circumcision, not girl circumcision. But I have changed my mind about it. But it is legal in most like developed countries, and I don't know how to change that. So I mean, what do we do? What do we fucking do? Actually, Germany tried to make circumcision illegal. You can look this up. There was a big court case in Germany tried to make circumcision illegal, and then there was a big backlash saying, "Oh, we are doing the same thing that they did during Nazi Germany. We're attacking Jews." You know, and so it's really hard to legislate stuff like this.
Let's get messy, guys. Let's get fucking messy. Y'all think I'm fucking creepy for saying don't fucking genitally mutilate little babies? How many of you fucking work in an industry
I don't know
where that's legal?
I don't know.
No, Casey. Let me ask you, Casey.
I don't know that anybody said you were creepy for that.
Let's go to the fucking chat. Let's go to the fucking chat. Cat Cypher is just sounding creepy. Let's go to the fucking chat. Let's see. Who thinks it's fucking creepy for me to just say, hey, stop fucking cutting off the tips of little dicks, of little baby boys? Some people work in the medical industry where that's fucking, they go in every day. It's like, oh, I'm coming in to, do my medical shit. Also, down the hall, they're cutting off tips of little baby dicks, and I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. That's the industry I'm going to fucking join. But if this fucking piece of shit gets up here and says, don't genitally mutilate little babies, he's a creep. He's a fucking creep. He's a fucking creep. Who's a fucking creep?
Cypher, I just looked at the chat, and I don't see a lot of people advocating for mutilation of babies. I don't see a lot of that. So I'm not sure what you're so... I'm not really sure what you're so antagonized by. Oh, he's gone. I guess he's gone. Is anybody besides me? I'm sorry. That was improper grammar.
Who the hell?
Is anybody beside me still here?
I'm here.
Well, what are you doing? Well, I don't know. Everyone here is silent, so I guess I just hope you all have a good night. I don't support genital mutilation of children in any way, and I hope that no one ever paints me to support that. But I also think that with boys it's a little bit different. With girls, I kind of think that too. Um, I hope you all have a good night, and I will talk to you later, maybe.
The fuck is this shit?
Bluetooth.
But
Big, I swear,
everybody,
the reason why he's
I'm going to speak over you,
tell you that
faggot.
like these people are like Hebrew Israelites.
I
That's all
promise
the
you,
reason
I
why
will
he
scout. I
wants
will
to
take my fucking tomahawk and
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
your
yeah.
fucking throat from
No,
one end to the
my God.
other.
Yo, can you
And
chop
fucking
off?
make and watch you bleed the fuck out.
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
a-
You would love to do that to
gasoline
me,
on your
wouldn't you?
fucking-
You'd love
on
to
your
do that
dead
to me,
ass.
wouldn't
I'ma
you?
burn
Yeah,
your
yeah.
ass, man.
Yeah, you'd love to do that to me, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I will let it see
Yeah,
you, bitch.
you
ass
would?
on
That's
fire.
gay, bro. That's fucking gay,
And
bro.
honestly, no, I'll do it for your fucking ancestors that is
But
ashamed to have you walking around being the bitch, coon, faggot, pussy, dirty ass fucking
I think you
fake
guys
ass
should
ignorant
really
you are, bro.
big.